You look like the girl from those podcasts where they like talk super down on OnlyFans women's.
Yeah,
And
I
she,
went super viral for one of those.
Oh, cool.
Hate that. Just hate it.
Were you? Was it a debate or was the
Yeah.
guy talking? Like, what happened?
I had no idea what I was walking into. And I got there and it was just like, it was Sneeko and Matan and like one other guy.
Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? We hang out with the beautiful Savannah Bloom, and something gets shown, and it's Acidic Sam's you-know-what on the Patreon pod.
He got bricked up. He got bricked up for old Savannah here.
He got real bricked
It
up.
was
Check
crazy.
out. It
Close
was crazy.
to bricked up.
So check out the Patreon pod below. What's up, guys? Roseanne just texted me. I'm the man.
Let me see this, dude. Let me see this.
Roseanne just texted me. It's a nice little selfie.
Let me see this shit, dude.
Roseanne.
I did not think you said that before the mics went hot, and then you actually sent it.
Oh, yeah. Roseanne loves me, guys. It is what it is.
Wow.
She's only worth about 80 mil.
She went to battle for Trump on X. She's a factor in his election.
Yeah, I know. I asked her if she was going to actually have a position in his cabinet because that's what the rumor is out there. Obviously, it's a joke, but she was like, she responded very seriously. She just gave me a no. She's like, no. So I don't think she thought it was funny. But
tell her she should reconsider.
Yeah, I think she should reconsider.
I think she should be press secretary.
Oh, it'd be the best.
If we can get Roseanne just pilled and boozed up at 4 p.m. in the press room, just talking to all those fucking animals, she will go. The reporters will leave in tears.
Oh, it'd be the best.
The reporters, the chick reporters who are like, why do you, Donald Trump said, is he a racist, fascist, rapist, evil man? And then Roseanne will just make that girl cry.
Oh, it'd be the best. And she'd be probably, she's well informed too, so she could do it with facts.
You should make her cry with your tongue.
I am. I told her, I did send her a birthday video that her daughter was very happy to reach out to me to make her a birthday video. And they said to make it as raunchy as possible.
Yeah.
So then Roseanne did reach out and say that her nephews have been doing, who are very young, by the way, were doing impressions of me saying that I wanted her to sit on my face because that's what I did say.
Yeah.
That's what I mean, Roseanne deserves to sit on my face.
Are you still interested in her or are you more interested in the nephews?
You are a piece of crap. And okay, but now I'm gonna, we're gonna get into a new segment.
Well, let's talk a little bit. Let's talk. I mean, we got to address the election and.
Oh yeah, let them address the election.
We'll get into a segment.
Oh, I forgot that we didn't talk about the election. I mean, look. We swung some votes. Would you agree that me and you swung some votes?
We swung a couple voties.
I think we did.
We S'd a couple of V's. And now the stock market's blowing up in a good way. Crypto market's blowing up. That Tesla is just going.
It's blowing up. It's a nice feeling to wake up, see the numbers go up, isn't it, Danny?
You know, I gotta say this. No other president has essentially handed me as much money as Donald Trump handed me this week.
Same.
Did Trump hand you any money this week?
Oh, he handed me a ton of money.
Handed the boys some cash, baby.
This is why, assume a lot of the listeners probably are invested in stuff and they have their own cash that's been forked over in a manila envelope by Donald Trump. But if not, guys, you got to get in the market. The market, that's how the rich. This country was built for the rich, and the rich got rich by riding the market. You got to get in the stock market. You got to save up, put it in an S&P 500 index fund. I said it to my patrons. Get on Fidelity. It's an app. You download it on your phone just like you would Instagram or TikTok or in Leo's case, Grindr. You fucking
want to see if my friends are gay.
Hop in a Roth IRA and buy FXAIX. That's Fidelity 500 Index Fund. It's up 27% this year, maybe 26 now.
This isn't financial advice.
This is definitely financial advice.
But hey, we're supposed to legally not say that because they could sue you if it tanks. So this isn't financial advice.
If anybody sues anybody for irresponsibly suggesting they invest in an index fund in their Roth IRA, I will kill the person who did the suing and I won't feel guilty about it. Because that is the tamest financial advice ever.
Well, it'd be tough for you to run the jail.
That's like saying don't use your dad's credit card to buy a Ferrari behind his back and then crash it into a brick wall.
Not exactly. I feel like that's not exactly like that, but I see what you're saying. You shouldn't be able to be sued, but I mean, you can't. I mean, you really don't know what'll happen to that index fund. You kind of don't know.
That index fund, listen, this is financial advice to all the kids out here. I'm going to just prove to you right now, Leo, that I am not in the least afraid of lawsuits based on.
Okay, before you continue,
yeah,
this there were multiple questions that you guys asked for. We're doing an advice segment in a second to start out the pod here. It's a new thing we're going to try. A lot of people asked about financial advice, so here it goes. From you and stocks and all that BS. So go ahead.
Petroleum jelly.
Oh.
Petroleum jelly.
I knew that you were not going to take this seriously.
Didn't you see Robert F. Kennedy Jr.? He did a presentation where he had a bunch of food items in Vaseline lined up next to him on a table, and he was talking about all the poisons. Poisons are killing our young people. Leo's got a dirty, uncircumcised Italian penis. But he also said that Vaseline, or he was implying that Vaseline has toxic chemicals. Petroleum jelly, yes, it's loaded with all kinds of things that are synthesized in a lab and are not found naturally occurring on God's earth. But if you cover your penis in petroleum jelly, you can shove it into a woman's anus with virtually no resistance. Yeah. The ability to do that.
Financial advice. Right? This is financial advice?
Because if Bobby Kennedy Jr. gets into the White House, they're going to ban petroleum jelly and Vaseline, etc. You're going to be stuck with like fucking coconut oil and spitting on it. That's all you're going to be able to do. You got to stockpile petroleum jelly so you can keep sodomizing women.
All right. Well, guys, take that as your financial advice this week. Stock up on petroleum jelly because it might be going away. And it's great for anal. For anal, mainly?
Yeah, I think it'd probably burn if you put it up a girl's pussy.
Yeah, the chemicals. Bobby's right.
He's on
something.
If you could put it in a girl's anus, but don't put it in her vagina.
He's got the easiest, he's got to be the easiest political figure to do his voice, right?
Hit it.
Hey, Annie's a pussy.
You really can't do it wrong. As long as you try, it's a valid RFK impression.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Jesse, do you know the Chinese and the Ashkenazi Jews? They're less susceptible to COVID. Or was it more susceptible? I forget.
Well, I don't know what susceptible to COVID was, but being an Asian Jew myself, I'd say it's gay.
Dude, that's honestly a good Bobby Kennedy.
Good way. He's got a good waiver. Get it? There's a good waiver.
Thank you.
So Trump got elected. We loved it. Obviously, we loved it. It was a great shoot we had up in Northern California. I knew that Trump was going to get elected because the Bitcoin prices started going absolutely bonkers. Before any of the swing states had been decided, I have been basking in the afterglow, meaning I've been reading the LA Times. Just every article might as well be written in all caps with no punctuation by an insane 45-year-old woman who looks like she's 59 because nobody loves her. Just all the fucking bodily autonomy, racism, too immature to have a female president. I just can't get enough, dude. Ben Shapiro says he's showering in liberal tears. I am too. I love it. Jesse, you like it too,
social
right?
media, the day after that election, when all those liberals had a meltdown, that should have been like a holiday for us.
Oh, dude.
It was beautiful.
Oh, my God. I saw some bad posts. I saw some bad takes on the fucking Trump thing.
As Tim Dillon said, he said this week, he was saying, you can't lead with joy when people don't have food or they can't afford food. You know what I mean? It's kind of tough to lead with joy when literally people can't afford food. This is the first time in my life where I meet guys that are like, dude, I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch like every day.
Yeah.
Can't.
Since 2019, Taco Bell and McDonald's prices have doubled. And a lot of that's inflation, money printing, and then a lot of that too is, they had to raise the minimum wage here. So it's probably even more than double. For fast food, they had to raise the minimum wage. And it's interesting now because the left, they had always been like, Build Back Better, Inflation Reduction Act, send $1 billion to Ukraine. No, $20 billion to Ukraine. Blow it out. We're going to give you a 25% free coupon for a down payment on your house. Excuse me, not 25%, $25,000. We're going to give you free childcare tax credits. Whenever there's just something being created from nothing, like a $25,000 credit toward a house, that's money printing, what's going on. That's just radically inflationary. But now I'm reading the business section of the LA Times, which kind of should be objective, And all of a sudden, they're very concerned with Trump's tariffs and how this is going to be inflationary. Suddenly, they care about the national debt.
Yeah.
Somebody in the LA Times is like, yeah, Trump is he's gonna increase the national debt by upwards of $14 trillion. Out of control spending. It's like, oh, you guys care about that now. Interesting.
What's up, guys? I wanted to take a break from the pod for a second to tell you about Prize Picks. Prize Picks is one of your favorites. I don't need to tell you guys. What I love about it is that you can put in your action in 60 seconds. You can use Venmo now, guys. They also pay out in about 15 minutes. Isn't that kind of nice? It's nice. PrizePicks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all, and you just got to pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your money. Also, they have a great giveaway that they're giving us that you guys should take advantage of because it's free money. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. Guys, they're giving you $45 if you can do the math. All right. So go ahead, enjoy that. Enjoy the $50 bonus. All right. Maybe Jamar Chase for more than 79.5 receiving yards and Patrick Mahomes for more than 1.5 passing TDs. All right. That's a good one. Travis Kelce for more than 59.5 receiving yards or Saquon Barkley for more than 79.5 rush yards. Guys, I don't know how to say Saquon's name, but he sounds like he's fast. So if you know what I mean. Now, look, download the app today and use code LDS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Guys, download the app today and use code LDS to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
The best tell is now they mentioned that Trump's plan to not tax tips is going to be inflationary, or excuse me, not inflationary. It's going to add to the deficit because we're not going to be getting that revenue toward our government. And they're also talking about how bad it is because there are going to be people who use it as a loophole. Like a lawyer uses the tip thing as a loophole because he sued a guy for a car wreck that happened and then he wrote it off as a fucking tip. I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, Kamala said she was going to do it too. And you guys seem to like it when that bitch was going to get Arby's waitresses fucking under the table money. Now it's an issue.
I think it's going to be a little infuriating reading the LA Times for the next 4 years.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's going to be great. It's going to be good for videos, though.
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, the boys are back in town. We got old Elon. Oh, dude.
You go out there and grab anybody by the pussy or anything this weekend in celebration?
Anybody? Multiple
girl?
Bodies.
I bet you're. Wait, do I know them by chance? Are they my sisters, Danny? Is that what you wanted to say?
It actually wasn't what I wanted to say, but now that we're having this conversation, it'll probably just be easier to tell you right now. Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. You grabbed my pussy, but my sister by the pussy.
You know, I actually lubed up my cock with petroleum jelly. Oh. And I fucked her in the anus.
Listen, it's time to we have to get into the advice segment.
All right.
And I'm going to get I'm going to get this one out of the way because
we can actually do a financial advice one.
We will. No, of course. I'll go back to that. No, you have to take these seriously. All right. Yeah. I want you to take these seriously. How can I grow a bigger wiener to penetrate Danny's hog of a sister? There was at least 10 of these. So I had and my sister as well. So
my sister's not a hog. I just saw her this weekend. She's very slim.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I met my nieces for the first time, though.
Oh, wow.
I am fucking good with kids, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
You become the child?
First of all, I went out with my sister and her husband. My sister's husband's a really cool guy. Like, he's a bro.
Mm-hmm.
And then also 2 of their friends who were also very nice. And I didn't really know that this other married couple, and I took a fucking chance on a joke.
Uh-oh.
Because my sister and her boyfriend and this other couple were going out drinking that night. And they were like, Danny, can you maybe babysit the girls tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, I can babysit the girls. They're like, what are you going to do with them? And I was like, I'm probably going to molest them.
Oh, my God. Oh.
I ripped it. A little bit of a pause. And then everybody died laughing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Well, that was like you doing it. I mean, that was almost like running a set. So, because doing a joke that was that gnarly and then getting a hit after, that's good, dude.
It almost, you know how sometimes you hit a joke and the laughter isn't immediate and you almost puss out and like segue into the next joke or start talking? I almost did that. I almost bailed and went like, so let's see the cocktail menu here. But then,
oh my God,
beautiful laughter about the idea of me molesting 2 2-year-olds.
You didn't actually molest them though. right? In the next day.
Shit. What happens in South Lake Tahoe stays in South Lake Tahoe. Didn't you know that, Leo?
That's cool though. That must have been fun.
It was on the Nevada side where the age of consent is
a little lower.
It's still not 2. Still not anywhere near 2.
How's the weather up in Tahoe?
It was a little cold.
Hmm.
It was a little cold.
Nice
I'm trying to think
air.
if there's any stories from up there. I was basically just editing and working the whole time. Physical comedy works well with babies, Leo.
Okay, so what you were tell us how you entertain these babies. They were like 2 years old.
Yeah, so
terrible too.
I was fucking around at one point and I did this. I looked one of the babies in the face and I did this and then she just would not let me stop doing it. I need a pillow real quick. I don't know if anybody over 2 will find this amusing, but I went, listen, Freya and Ellie. In this life, when life's got you down and your problems are closing in on you like a gang of weasels, the only way to face life is like this.
Dude, so as soon as you hit the pillow, they loved it.
And they wanted the whole speech every time.
Well, if you need to fall, I think you should start a second channel where you're that character to like a Blue's Clues
like a kid's
channel.
like a kid's
Okay.
channel.
Like a kid's channel.
But then somebody's going to clip the clip of me saying I was going to molest the 2-year-olds.
Yes, correct.
And then I'm going to probably lose both channels.
Honestly, you might. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of like just a few people might be upset that you make these jokes and then you have a channel for kids.
Yeah,
but,
or I'm like, hey, today we're counting to 3. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. The birds and the bees grow on trees. The birds on the bees. Can pull up something real quick for me, Jesse.
Pull up what? Like,
let me send it to you. Read another question, Leo.
all right. This was okay. I like to, much like in college, the people that put in the most work are going to get first billing here. So this is the most kind of well written, long, like kind of good question that someone had, and I shall begin. Miss, pay attention, Danny. All right.
I am. One second. I'm sending this to Jesse.
I'm Will. I'm 28 years old this month, and I hail from the mighty England, United Kingdom. Just to give you a quick rundown about me, I've studied music, audio, and production and media video editing in college. To Danny's possible interest or dismay, played in a somewhat successful hardcore band up and down the country 5 years ago. 5 years ago. I'm 6'1" and have a smoking hot blonde 26-year-old girlfriend whom I've been living with for the past 2 years. So I should be happy, right?
Is there a question here?
Stop. Yeah, it gets intense. So I should be happy,
I'm in
right?
fantastic shape. I make more money than I know what to spend it on.
He's English, so you gotta fucking...
I can make more money than I know what to spend it on.
It's even worse. It irks me more that he's English. So I should be happy, right? Question mark. Well, very recently I was working a floor sales job and was making some decent commish. However, recently, due to complicated reasons...
One second, Leo.
Go ahead.
I can only find the short version.
Oh, shit.
They took down the long version. That'll be my take on children's entertainment.
Of course.
Continue.
Of course.
All right. What does this Brit fuck want?
Well, very recently I was working a floor sales job and making some decent commish. However, recently, due to complicated reasons, and no, Leo, it unfortunately wasn't due to an excess of parking lot blowjobs, I have been let go and forced to find a temporary factory warehouse job. It's boring. I work with more immigrants than the ICE detainment facility. As you can imagine, it's made my mind wander and completely just think myself into oblivion about not having a band anymore or working in some
How old is he again? His girlfriend's
20, he's 28 and his girlfriend's 26. She's a smoke show.
Okay. Have you seen her?
No, but
oh yeah,
you should ask for a picture
you
next time.
You didn't.
Well, it was
do
an
a
email.
little digging.
It was an email.
I would
have to do a lot of digging.
You use email.
I put the fans are using email. I put it on the story, and they're writing into the Leo and Danny Show at gmail.com. If you have any questions or if you want to send, I don't know, a video about that you think should be on the pod.
Or if you're a woman and you want to go missing, send Leo an email there too.
But you'll have a great time a couple hours before you go missing. It'll be a good kind of, send off. As you can imagine, it's made my mind wander and completely just think myself in oblivion about not having a band anymore or working in some form in the creative world. I find myself getting envious and jealous of old acquaintances, posting their successful bands online, and even find myself being envious of you guys in the videos and pod. I want that life, but unfortunately, I live in bumfuck town with little to no creative scene, and any creative genius friends I do have are an absolute nightmare to micromanage. So I'm stuck, I'm unhappy, and I desperately need a plan before hitting 30. What do you recommend, guys? P.S. Your podcast has been a weekly thing for me since 2020, and it was helped me through so many shitty times, as we say in the UK. Bless up my guys, Danny and Leo.
What's his name?
His name is Will.
Will, you're the fucking man, dude.
Thanks, Will.
So Will likes to play in bands. Hot girlfriend. Got laid off from a job he liked better. Now working a shitty job.
Mm-hmm. And he's envious of his friends in bands and people doing creative stuff. And he's 28. Keep that in mind. What do you think?
I would say, Will, stay away from the bands. I've known a lot of people who started a lot of bands. The success rate of a band has to be like the success rate of going on vacation to Mogadishu.
You're probably going to die.
You're probably going to die. The band is going to die, okay?
Yeah.
A skinny black guy is going to mow you down with an AK or kidnap you and then stab you to death in a dungeon when the United Nations refuses to pay the ransom. I don't like bands, because here's the problem with bands. You got to get just a little bit more juice in the headphones. Just a little bit more, Jesse. Sorry, I'm trying to find... Yeah, just a tiny bit more. The problem with a band is you got to get 5 people who have the same musical vision. You got to get 5 people who are equally dedicated, 5 people who are going to be in the same area for a sustained period of time. And then also, this is the thing about a band that nobody really talks about. You all have to look good. You can't have 2 handsome, skinny guys and then a fat Pakistani guy and then a ginger playing the bass who's like 6'7".
What is the fact that he's Pakistani? He couldn't be just a fat guy? Why did it have to be a fat Pakistani?
Pakistani is a funny word, Leo.
It is.
And I made the other outcast a ginger, so this is not a race thing.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to see our friend Sam's band play at the Whiskey one night, and it was a very low-level showcase of music, and a couple of the bands looked like they had plucked a dude from every corner of Los Angeles, and then just randomly, like there was a guy from Koreatown, a guy from Santa Monica, a guy who looked like he was homeless living on Skid Row, and then a dude who looked like he was an Armenian living in Glendale. And it's just like, this is not going to catch on. Nobody is going to have that. Sex appeal matters. Even if it's not, it doesn't have to be a male band appealing to female listeners for sex appeal to matter. Even guys looking at a sexy band of other guys want to be a part of that. Just like they want to go out and buy the Range Rover after the handsome dude in the fucking ad during the Super Bowl pulls out of his $5 million mansion in a Range Rover. It's like, what do they call that? In advertising, there's a term for it, like aspirational. It's aspirational. So I don't like starting a band. If you're handy with an acoustic guitar, maybe you can do an Elliott Smith, fucking Damien Rice kind of thing where you pluck some shit and sing about killing yourself. That, though, that's pretty hard. To me, I have nothing to say musically. I listen to somebody like Elliott Smith, and I just think I could spend my entire life, and I wouldn't be able to do it much better than that. Probably never will be able to do it much better than that, even if I studied guitar for 80 years.
So maybe he needs to look into himself, and Will needs to look deep into his heart and see if maybe how much he loves music. Because if he really just wants to give the rest of his life to music, maybe he should. But he should know that it's going to be every ounce of his fucking being. Probably going to cost him the relationship with the hot blonde.
Yeah. Oh, that's a problem too. Yeah, that's tough. When a guy doesn't have his shit figured out, once he gets closer to 30, as we found out with Dear Neeksy, sometimes the girlfriend can bring down the guillotine. Yeah,
and you gotta fight on.
You gotta fight on, baby. And that's the thing about men is we don't hit our prime until age 50, according to the scientific survey.
Now you started your YouTube channel at 28, though,
27.
Right? 27. Okay, so you're 28, Will.
But I mean, I have a really big dick, and I'm super good looking.
He's apparently good looking at 6'1", all right, and he's got a smoke show.
He probably does have a big dick.
An English guy for sure. It's probably uncircumcised too.
So 28 is not too late, Will, but definitely make sure if you're trying to do something at 28, which is young. I'm not trying to say that's
you
old
are
enough.
young.
20. I mean, dude, the 20s these days are an extension of your teens.
Yes.
I was a teenager in my 20s, and now I'm in my 20s and my 30s.
Yeah, I'm still 18.
You're in your fucking.
Unfortunately, I'm still in my preteens. All right, no, I'm a teen. I'm a teen, but barely. So,
is that what you tell yourself to justify hanging out at the high school?
Lock it up. I hang out at colleges. Just kidding. I wish I was lying.
So I would say anybody in their later 20s, or really wherever you are, I would try to put to use the capital you've already accumulated in your life. So when I got into YouTube, I had already spent a lot of years writing funny books or trying to write funny books on the internet that went nowhere. They're on Amazon, Danny Mullen. And then also, I went to college and I wrote a bunch of papers. I was very good with the English language.
You still are. Yeah.
Okay. And then also, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
And then also, I guess all the years I'd spent chasing tail had showed me that I had a certain amount of charisma and could perform in public, which is one of the douchiest things I've ever admitted to, but it's true.
That's what it does, man. I mean, that's why a man needs to go out there and chase some pussy, because it does give you confidence. And that is, you can go far. You can go far with just confidence. You can go far.
So try to use assets you've already built. I would encourage people to not be, I'm about to turn 30. I'm going to try my hand at aerospace engineering. Back to school it is. That's going to be such a fucking long process. Also, avoid going back to school. I don't think that's necessary anymore. I think the amount of resources that are out there for people, like right now, I'm taking a business course by Tom Bilyeu. You know that guy? He's got a pretty big podcast. I'm taking his business course, and it's great. It's just a guy who started a $1 billion company, and who himself is worth like $200 million, just breaking down how to start a business from the ground up.
That's great.
It's amazing that you have access to that. A really, really high-level entrepreneur just in my living room every morning telling me how to scale, how to handle HR, how to build a culture within your team.
How to handle HR is going to be very important for your
I've had to rewatch that chapter a couple of times, Leo, but I can't stop grabbing my secretary's ass. I can't stop. It's juicy.
Oh, what about, okay, so continue on with Will, because it was a multi-layered. Good question, Will. But like, he's comparing himself to his people in his life that maybe seem to be more successful on social media. What do you do? What do you have to say about that?
He was talking about friends who are successful in bands.
Right. So what do you have to say about that?
I mean, unless he's friends with Alex Turner from the Arctic Monkeys, how successful can his friends in these fucking bands be?
Could very well be friends with that guy.
They played a pub in Cheshire. They're positively smashing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know what I mean?
They took a bus up to Hamburg and played a set for $15, split amongst six. What do they call? 6 lads. They call each other lads. Yeah,
Okay, but seriously, I hope that he's not just jealous of a guy playing a bar gig. Okay, maybe some of these guys are small arenas. Maybe some of them are doing some 250 seaters. You know,
they're probably doing Beatles covers. There's probably one guy busking somewhere in East London who's like, oh yeah, I'll tell you something. And then fucking Will is like, oh, he's got it made, the freedom.
He's got he's got some cute chicks in the pic or something. He's like, yeah, he's got some FOMO.
Don't
compare yourself to other people.
Here's the secret. Yeah, don't compare yourself to other people, because it's a cliche, but it's true. There's always going to be another tier of people more successful than you. Here's how it goes. There's always going to be somebody richer than you, unless you become Elon Musk. But Elon Musk was the richest man in the world when he was in his 50s and had like a weird boulder-shaped abdomen and was well past his prime physically. So, Elon is probably like, I wish I enjoyed my life more when I was in my 20s and 30s and gone out and fornicated with more women and, made more little baby X's. He loves baby X, dude.
He loves baby X.
It's the only kid he likes.
I'm glad that he didn't feel satisfied at any point, because I'm pretty sure he had probably millions in his 20s already.
But
right?
But here's the thing, like you make money and then you regret not enjoying yourself while you were younger and better looking. You are out fucking a bunch of chicks and you feel like you're missing out on locking down a girl while you're at your peak mate value. Then you do that. Then you miss going around tomcatting.
That's right.
You always miss everything.
That's a great point, Will.
There is a revolving door of worry that goes on in everybody's life. It's like a carousel, a merry-go-round. And instead of 4 horsemen, it's like 16.
Mm-hmm.
And one is money worries. Another is fear that your girlfriend isn't hot enough. The next worry is that you're going to get cancer because you've been drinking fucking Capri Suns your whole life and you just realize they're super carcinogenic. And then another worry comes around. Your parents get sick. Another worry comes around. You fucking are getting sued by your fucking landlord because your bathtub overflowed during a party you threw and it flooded the downstairs neighbor's place.
Then your kid's gay.
Then then your kid is a homosexual and you have to worry
well be gay.
about because you live in Mobile, Alabama, and you feel like he's not going to be accepted. So there are always going to be worries and comparison. Yeah, you can't worry about that. Money is an illusion. It doesn't really change how you feel day to day. You'll still have days where you feel like the fucking biggest piece of shit on planet Earth.
You get a nice dopamine rush, though, when things are going up. I'll tell you that much.
They do. But aren't you back down to normal now?
I'm back down to normal.
You back down to normal.
100%.
So, but we're spending a lot of time on this. I'm a little.
No, well,
I'm like Trump today. I'm doing the weave.
There were a lot of similar like comparison type questions about because social media is like messing with everybody's head. So there were a lot of questions about how do I not feel bad that my friend's doing better, that he has a hotter girlfriend, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
like he said, don't let like your mind ruin like the moment right in front of you with stupid kind of thoughts that really don't matter.
Yeah,
and I always like to think that maybe you're just in your Batman Begins era. Maybe you're just like learning all the moves right now. So,
I would say at 28 though, it is time to start getting serious about something. Yeah. So pick a direction that you think you're going to pursue till the end of your life or until you retire. I think it's time to decide what that's going to be and do it because life is easier when you have some money and you know you're not going to be the 58-year-old man who's stocking shelves at Albertsons.
Yeah.
That's not good. You got to avoid that. So it can't all be like, fuck comparison, fuck money. Just be you, Will. Just be you out there in the rainy UK. It's got to be a little bit of action now.
And if you really think your town is stifling you, I mean, Danny, I think you moved away from your small town. I mean, do you think you got to move away? You got to leave the nest?
I love that move. My life changed so much for the better when I broke the 2-hour barrier from my parents. And because I lived in San Francisco for a while, but I would always go back and visit my parents. And it felt like an extension of college or like living at home again. But when I moved to Las Vegas and I was 9 hours away from everybody, that's when it felt like I either need to be successful or I'm going to perish down here in this desert as a busboy. And that motivation, I think, is really powerful. So, yeah, get away.
Get out of there,
Will, decide if guitar and music is a serious thing. That's a hard thing to fucking do, music. I mean, I believe anybody can do anything on the internet nowadays. You can do music online and have a Patreon and probably be successful. But, I mean, if you want a larger level of financial success, maybe do something in the music business that you have some sort of other skill set that will Venn diagram across your guitar skills and make you like, hey, maybe you can be, I don't even know what jobs there are in the music industry anymore. Maybe you can be a sound guy or a tour booker or a fucking venue owner, something like that.
And you'd be surprised what'll make you happy in life. Be creative. Like there's a lot of different jobs out there. Maybe you didn't make it in one.
You can be a sugar baby like Leo.
You can be a sugar baby. Maybe you didn't make it to the bigs. You know what I mean? But you can be handsome as shit and have an older woman give you cash.
A small dick, though.
Nope. It's above average and very nice.
Nope.
We had a lot of people ask that what would we tell our 21-year-old self? We had many people say that. And I can start and say like, if you can get some dough, put it in the stock market and forget about it for 10 years.
Yeah,
forget about it for 10 years and see you'll be way ahead of everyone else.
Such good advice. The money your parents are sending you for nights out at the bar or for fucking, Subway lunches at college, put that shit into a Roth IRA in your Fidelity app, buy some FXAIX in there, Fidelity 500, and let it sit, motherfucker.
Yeah, and maybe some Fortune, Fortune 500 stocks, some that you believe in, whatever. Like, put some money in,
aka the S&P 500.
The S&P 500, sure, but that's if you want to, Tesla's been, I'm 100% up in three months. You know what I mean? So that doesn't happen with the S&P, but
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know.
But
I know what you're saying.
Start
But yeah,
off
start off
slow.
But if the forget about it for 10 years is the important thing. You got to be patient. And when you're 31, when you're 21, when you're 31, you're still a young man. And guess what? You're going to have a nest egg that most people don't have. I mean, America is like, it's like, I think it's in the 90 percentile of people are paycheck to paycheck in America. So it's like, if you just have any savings at all, you're way ahead of the game. So
50% of people don't have any stock holdings.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's got to be more than that.
I thought it is 50%.
Because people have like
I just
5
read in the
stocks.
book.
Like Nico's got like 8 Disney stock.
Well, a lot of people, I mean, if you work at a hotel, like a migrant from Guatemala working at a hotel, the hotel has a 401k for them.
Right.
So some people, it's not even really their choice. It happens anyway, but it is 50%. It is, and here's the thing. I'm reading a book by Scott Galloway about this. The stock market since 1970 has something like 5,000x, and wages after inflation have only gone up by like 14%.
Wow.
So the moral of that, those figures might be off by a little bit, but that's the general idea. Is the stock market, it just goes fucking vertical, and wages barely tick up after inflation. And if they do, we're talking like $1 every 10 years or something like that.
So this can kind of go for financial advice for any young man out there. And this is the financial advice that you probably should be hearing. And it's pretty solid, safe.
I would also say at 21, the more hedonistic and I was super hedonistic when I was 21 in college, especially when I realized I didn't want to go to law school and I didn't want that life. I filled that ambition with Jägermeister and pussy. And I can honestly say that was one of the most miserable times of my life when I was doing nothing but just chasing pussy, which pussy, much like I said, money earlier, is an illusion. It doesn't matter if you have $1 million, $100,000, or $1,000. It really has very little bearing on your happiness, especially when you're young. I mean, again, once you get into middle age and you have no money, it's going to be a fucking problem. And having money is definitely better than not having money. But it is a very fleeting sense of satisfaction to have money. But getting pussy is even more fleeting. Money is like a cheeseburger you eat. You eat it and you're hungry again a couple hours later. Pussy is like Twizzlers. You eat a fucking stick of Twizzlers. Sometimes you feel worse after eating it.
Yeah. Seed oils.
But then you still like, I have to repeat that to myself because I still occasionally go girl crazy. And I'm seeing pink, Leo.
Occasionally go girl crazy.
I work in phases. You know I work in phases. I do.
Yeah, you do. It's been a phase recently, huh?
I've not been on that serious of a pussy bender.
Good. You feel better that way. Not really. I feel like you are hornier and you spot titties way more when you're abstaining from sex. You spot them all over the place.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I got good eyes.
All right, so the 21-year-old self. Also, I mean, at 21, I feel like a lot of guys that I know got kind of ruined by like a chick. And I think you just got to remember at 21 that this too shall pass. Like, you are not probably going to marry the chick that you're dating at 21. She's might be the girl that you think is, because the guy mentioned that he's in a relationship too. You might think it's the girl that you're going to spend the rest of your time, the rest of your life with, but sometimes it may be. But try to remember, guys, that you're going to maybe laugh at the fact that you ever cried over a girl, especially when you were 21. You're going to like look, as soon as you're 25 or 23, you're going to be like, what the hell was I thinking? And you're going to remember me saying this on this podcast, but this is the truth. I know you're heartbroken right now. There's a lot of relationship breakup advice too, so we might as well do this one next. But like, just remember, this too shall pass, and you're going to meet a girl that probably makes you completely forget about this woman, especially if you yourself keep, leveling up your own life. But what do you have to say about that?
Breakups? It's a rite of passage that a young man should get his heart broken by a girlfriend. Because here's the truth. When you're dating a girl your age, when you're in your early 20s, she inherently has a much, much higher value than you. If she's hot, especially. If you're dating a hot girl when you're 21, you're fucked.
She's going to break your heart, man.
You're fucked. Because any girl who's 21 and an 8 and up
is going to get a DM from Danny, and she might want to go out to dinner. And he can take her to a nice sushi spot in his Tesla now.
18 and up. I thought we were talking. My jam is 2-year-olds, Dad. I thought we established that at the top of the show.
Works like that one.
So Yeah, that's how it's gonna go because a girl who's 21 and hot is at her absolute peak mate value. That is, I don't want to sound sexist here, but as far as attention from guys, that is her absolute fucking peak.
Yeah.
Whereas you might be, you're at your peak when it comes to gay guys.
Yeah.
Like gay guys want to fuck your little hairless college asshole.
Oh, if you're gay and you're one of our fans, go out there and get that money. Get that money from them old gays.
Yep.
But in the eyes of women in college is a cloaking device because everybody's on a level playing field when they're in college. But the second you graduate, that's when real shit matters. And your deficiencies as a 22-year-old at that point, 23-year-old, once you graduate, boy, are going to become manifest very quickly. And she's going to want a guy who can afford a decent apartment, who's not driving a beat-up hand-me-down like I did until I was fucking 34. They're going to want a guy who can provide more for her. And those dudes typically are in their late 20s or their 30s or maybe even beyond.
Which is a lot for you guys to look forward to. Also, if you're young, if you get your heart broken at 21, just know that your mate value isn't even near what the top is going to be. Not even close.
Yeah.
You got many years to fucking scale up.
That's,
and you will if you use your time wisely.
You have, in your 30s, I mean, I think, Leo, you would attest to this. Like, nowadays, especially in a big city, being in your 30s or even your mid or late 30s is not really much of a hindrance at all.
I'm in my late 30s, and like last year, a couple years ago, Jacob took me to a college bar, and I made out with a cheerleader. So it was great.
There you have it.
I was 37. I was 37 at the time.
Anecdotal evidence right there that it's not all bad.
It's all good.
But then here's the thing, guys. Even if you're 40, even if you're 50,
even if you're 50,
there's a place called Thailand.
Yes.
Or Vietnam.
Or Colombia.
Or Poland.
Or Brazil.
Or Mogadishu.
Or in Danny's case, the nursery.
Yes.
In Danny's case, the nursery.
There is the nursery. I can always
in Latino communities because there's a lot less supervision.
How dare you? I only have eyes for my sister's two daughters. As far as this bit goes, it's a bit, YouTube. It's a fucking joke. And my sister and her fucking husband laughed at it, and they're the baby's parents.
Yep.
Maybe that means they're molesting him too.
Okay, I'm looking at some more. You can continue. I'm just looking at some more.
So what I'm saying is, guys, you have so much to look forward to. You've got another 2 full decades of being in your fucking prime, even if you get your heart broken young. But if you go past those 2 decades and you want to keep getting chicks, go to Thailand. And you just flash that American passport, and you're going to have your pick of the hottest girls there. People don't talk about mating markets enough. Sometimes you got to get out of the... I always recommend to young guys, get into a better mating market. So that goes for Will, too, who lives in fucking Cheshire or wherever the fuck he lives in fucking the UK. Get to a big city where there's plenty of options. You'll get over a breakup real quick. But, hey, you know, if your mate value, you're feeling a little down, it's feeling a little low, there's always Thailand. Or as I call it, America's jizz bucket. You can go there and you can just start coming on stuff.
That's right.
There's no law against it.
There is. I guess we might as well get into it before we go to a more serious one. But like a lot of questions about how to get pussy in general. And I can tell
Leo
you...
prefers a left cross.
and practice it so it lands on the chin, because if you hit her on the temple, it's just gonna discombobulate her for a little bit. It makes it really awkward.
You might break your hand too. Leo.
Yeah, exactly. You don't, so make sure that it's a good left cross. But on a serious note, as a young man, I think you leaning into working out is going to help you. Being jacked, almost every man it's in his control to be attractive if you can at least be jacked.
Yeah.
I know a ton of dudes who just get a beard, shave their head because they're balding, get jacked, and they get a ton of pussy.
Yeah.
And because they're confident, they're doing well in life, so on and so forth. But getting jacked, having good hygiene, those small things can help you right there. And then just the numbers game. This is the simplest way to get pussy. Get jacked and then hit on a lot of girls. If you do both of those, even if your game is terrible, like I always tell the story about this Australian guy I met at a bar. He went up to a girl in front of me and he was like, "You want to have sex tonight?" And she was like, "No." And I was like laughing. I was like, "How does that ever work for you?" And he goes, "I did it 22 times last night. This 22nd time it worked." So point of the story is, even if you just go up to a girl and ask them if they want to have sex, eventually one is going to say yes.
Or did the Fabio Prado, my old jiu-jitsu coach. Oh, My English is no good. I lick the pole.
There you go. And he would say that to women, and
Yeah,
that's gonna work.
It would work. And one time he fucked a girl in the bathroom at a nightclub I worked at.
Yeah, he was handsome too. He was handsome though, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, he
Like
was
a
big. He
Jack.
was just like a big fucking he was Brazilian, but he looked just like a big black guy.
Right.
Handsome guy,
no,
he
sure.
was like
a type. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a type for sure.
But yeah, getting jacked, I would say floss, good hygiene, getting jacked, good hygiene, just throw some shit at the wall at some girl. You know what I mean? Like, try different things with girls. Like, who knows what's going to work for you? I mean, a game could be different for, from each, different women can be approached differently, and it's going to work for each one of them. The only way to find out is to try to approach a ton of women. And it hurts. It hurts to get rejected, but you got to fight through that if you want to get girls, man.
And also, I want to say to Fabio, I said that he's a big black guy as if that made him less attractive. I was just describing him. I never thought of him as
big
handsome.
Black guy is like, it's
definitely a type.
A ton of chicks.
He's a type, dude. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He's a fucking type.
He's a type.
Getting pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, mating markets absolutely matter. You got to get into a place where you get plenty of at-bats so you can play the numbers game like Leo's talking about. The numbers game is vital. And again, as I said earlier, pussy is like eating Twizzlers. It'll give you a stomachache pretty quick, and it's not very good long-term nutrition.
Good point.
Once everybody has to learn that for themselves.
Yeah, they do. Once you get pussy, it's not going to bring happiness.
You stumbled into a conversation on getting pussy. So just a recap real quick.
Okay.
I love Leo's getting in shape. Control what you can control.
Yeah.
Your physique is absolutely under your control.
Yeah.
Career, yes, but a lot of you guys in your 20s are working on that, and you can't just snap your fingers and immediately have a good career.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with mating market, big city with attractive women, city with a good ratio. New York's the best for that. 52% women, 48% men. And a lot of the men are gay, Leo. It's true.
Lovely.
And then numbers game. Absolutely. Speaking of numbers game, we have Semitic Sam coming in here.
Semitic, no, yeah, Hasidic Sam. Nice Semitic.
Either works, right? Yeah, it works.
I like more, maybe.
Semitic Sam, a.k.a. Rumpelstiltskin, he's coming in, and he's been playing the numbers game because he has gone down in flames like a fucking Japanese bomber over Pearl Harbor.
It's been bad last 2 times.
What happened?
Well, one time he called a girl ran through, which was very, very, very aggressive and not even true. So it was like, it was not a good move.
Okay.
Ran through.
Ran through is like a vibe.
I like that one.
Not even numbers.
So whenever things go, like, here's how Semitic Sam would play it. He'd be at a restaurant, and the waiter at Olive Garden would lay down breadsticks, and like they would reach over and they would kind of like accidentally grab the same breadstick, and it would get awkward. And then he just goes into panic mode and starts insulting the woman.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I shouldn't even taken your ass to Olive Garden. You ran through, bitch.
Exactly. It's almost
sure
Tourette's.
I'll love him.
He's very harmless. You'll see.
Okay.
Do you like Rumpelstiltskin?
I don't know what org that is.
Oh, look that up. See what Rumpelstiltskin looks like. It's a carbon copy, this guy. And
he dresses like Rumpelstiltskin. He dresses like an elf.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say.
He was known to he steals babies. That's his thing in this fairy tale.
No, the cartoon one. You got to go to the cartoon one.
Little one is good.
The one, like, we do one of him riding a spoon. That's not even a good one. Keep going down. Keep scrolling down. I'll tell you when. Yeah, there we go.
One right there.
That's Rumpelstiltskin. It kind of looks like that.
Looks very much.
Really terrible.
Would you fuck that guy?
It's kind of built like.
No, I don't think anyone would.
He's built like him too, which is we're gonna work on that with the kid. But addicted to Adderall.
Rule number 1: he's got to get in shape, Leo.
Does have to get in shape. Rule number 1.
The Semitic statement just seems very to the point.
Yeah.
One specific visual reason.
Yeah. Oh, so you're
finger on what it is.
So you're saying Rumpelstiltskin looks like anti-Jewish propaganda?
I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. He looks. Does he look Jewish? I don't know what he looks like.
An old like German character.
Yeah.
The Jew Borat was describing when he was trying to get that tattoo. He's like, make him very horns.
Yeah.
The nose. Yeah, it kind of looks like
giving
that,
like Demon Jew for sure.
Okay. Well, and the bad news is that he doesn't have any of the usual upsides associated with Judaism, which are like stable family life, money. He doesn't really have that going on either.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to see when it
Yeah,
gets
you
here.
guys might still, personality-wise, there might be a match. You never know.
Okay,
You
yeah,
never know.
I guess we'll have to see.
So how you taking the election? Doing okay?
Huge L, very black pilled at the moment. Very much like fully radicalized into just, like were Mao's re-education camps that bad? Kind of at that level of just doomer.
Okay, so you're just depressed that Kamala lost?
Yes.
Okay.
I'd say that.
What about your portfolio? That seems to be the one thing making everybody feel better.
Your portfolio might have gone up a little
I
bit.
can't be too mad.
Okay, so you're just saying that you're mad about. So you woke up on Wednesday and you're like, you know what, this is kind of sick, and you put on a fucking MAGA hat.
I was like, should I go house hunting? I think so. It's like,
Yeah, time to celebrate a little bit.
yeah, it's like a. Ooh, I hate that I'm like a part of this class, but also it's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, I think I made like 50K since the election.
Yeah,
just on like.
yeah, it's been nice,
Great.
and that's what I am saying. I said this earlier. It's like basically somebody walked up to you and handed you 50K, and that someone's name was Donald Trump. And can you still hate the guy when he walked up and handed you 50K?
It's 11 I hate. It's
Kamala would have stole like 30K from you.
I mean, a part of me thinks like the silver lining could be like accelerationism. Like we're just getting to the end of history like a little bit sooner.
Okay.
I'll take the 50K. Like if the world is burning it on fire, at least I have a home to live in.
Mhm.
So I guess like I'll take in like
That's
on
the
an
liberal
individual
spirit.
level. Yeah, on an
The
individual
liberal
level.
spirit.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm happy with
It's okay.
I'm happy with what it is.
Well, I think you're a full blown Trumper now, and I think you got to check the boxes. Like, there might be the world might burn up, or
Yeah, there you go.
fucking nobody can get abortions anymore.
But I'm rich. We're rich.
Just a little bit of herbalism and you can figure it out.
Hopefully, this difficulty accessing abortion care leads to an upsurge in anal.
Hopefully, yeah.
That'll be nice. I that's the solution, really. I mean, you
Like anal?
Does he like anal? Let me tell you something.
That's so gay.
It's almost the only thing. It's
that's such an absurd statement. I will not even stand for that.
Saying
I will not even stand. It's safe. It's safe. And
gay.
no, it's not gay at all, because ever since Roe versus Wade was overturned, I, an ally and a feminist, didn't want to put a woman through a situation where she had to go through abortion tourism.
That is so like thoughtful of you.
I am a nice guy.
He said it right there. It was a little unlike the way he told me. He's like, hey, man, if I need to fill up a bitch, guess it's go be anal now. That's what he told me.
Do I just do black voice whenever you and I hang out?
He does a little black voice.
The second the mic turns off, I'm like, yo, man, fire, pop. Get some fucking chicken and waffles.
Yeah, he does. Danny gets really black. I was worried about it a lot. I'm worried about him just doing it on the pod sometimes, but he doesn't. It's weird.
Gotcha. Well,
But
thank God.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank God.
Wow.
But yeah, no, anal is it's Danny's favorite. I really like it too. I'm gonna be honest.
Never done it.
Wow, really?
Well, Semitic
That's
Sam.
gay, dude.
Semitic
That's so
Sam
gay.
coming through.
Oh boy.
Maybe it's the right penis for you to do anal.
Oh.
We've seen it, and it's the right one. I'm gonna tell you, it's a good training wheel. Wheels. Now,
Wow.
why is it? Why have you had a boyfriend that tried to like get you to try it or anything like that?
No, I've never had a single guy be like, "I'm so into anal. I like really want to do it."
Wow,
Everyone's like,
they're all
"It's
lying.
fine."
It's
like
fine.
no one's ever been like trying to get there. It's just like if it happens, it happens. Like I don't really like. Yeah, people love blowjobs. I feel like that's
Oh yeah,
people
people.
like.
I think we like blowjobs too, right, Danny? What do you think?
I see. By the logic that anal is gay, I could say blowjobs are gay, because assholes and mouths are two things that men have, whereas the only truly unique thing to a woman is a pussy. So by your logic, the only thing that's not gay is vaginal sex and titty fucking.
You know what? You have me there. Yeah.
Quit giving blowjobs, you fucking homo.
Yeah. Maybe it's like super gay of me to be like giving blowjobs.
It's pretty gay.
Yeah.
It's pretty gay, and it stops tonight.
Is that
okay?
your other favorite thing is blowjobs? 'Cause that would make you like
That's his.
100%.
That's his thing.
100% gay.
Yeah, you're fucking gay. You love anal and blowjobs.
Vaginal doggy.
He does not like vaginal.
I like blowjobs followed by vaginal doggy style.
You don't like sex. The girls make you have sex.
Sex.
I have a question, Savannah. What if I like looking at penis? Does that make me gay?
That's That's actually the straightest thing you can do.
Thank you.
Because like women are like super like feminine and like that's like super gay and weird. But like if you're fucking like a
Easier.
big strong dude, like that's pretty straight. I
Thank
think that's
you.
like very manly.
Thank you.
So your Prince Charming has arrived
Has arrived.
on a wooden spoon instead of a carriage.
Hello.
Bro-
Savannah.
Oh, come on, we got to get this. Jesse, to her. Okay, we got it. So, Semitic Sam, what do you think of her?
Yeah, she's a good-looking girl. She's
Have
cute.
we, yes or no? Have we sat you down next to like 3 of the hottest girls you've ever been around in
No,
consecutive weeks?
definitely not.
Yes,
You're
we
a
have.
liar.
The
You
middle
fucking
one?
liar.
You're a
No,
liar.
I don't want to speak on her because I think looks are definitely a part, but I think she's extremely attractive.
Yeah.
But also, like, if she's super fun, like, then yeah, that makes it better. Like the last girl, she seemed fun. The first one couldn't get a fucking sentence the entire time. Besides, she called me a fag boy. You remember that?
She did.
Yeah. Hey, that's my boy, Leo.
So, what's your approach here? I notice you're trying to emphasize that looks aren't everything in order to
Yeah.
impress her.
I'm just saying, like, I've been around girls that are like, I've never been around a girl that's like super attractive that doesn't think her shit doesn't stink.
Yeah.
You know?
What's that mean?
Like she is ignorant and it's like everything, I guess she puts up a front and or
Right,
I
but
shouldn't
sounds
say
like a double
she.
negative.
Okay.
Like-
Yeah.
Wait. So you just said women are ignorant. Let's run a couple questions.
I
by
didn't say
Semitic Sam
women,
to
I
see if
said
he's
the
ignorant.
attractive. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
So, which American war was Valley Forge a part of?
I obviously know that it had to do with conquering independence from England.
Oh, he fucking nailed it! What the fuck?
The
dude?
Jews, dude, they get good education.
Why did it take him 10 seconds to answer then?
I don't know.
I
It did not seem like you knew that.
I used to love U.S. history. I know all the colonies.
Okay, so maybe he's not as ignorant as I thought.
I don't think.
Oh, I'm ignorant.
What? Is it? Which courthouse? Which war is that in?
Is it Normandy?
That was a pretty bad answer.
I have no idea.
I was going to say that was the Civil War. I didn't know. I didn't know about the Guilford Courthouse.
World War One.
No, the Revolutionary. That'd be interesting if World War One, like the battle, there was just a courthouse that was still standing on the Western Front.
Mhm.
It's just hundreds of miles of bombed out trenches and craters, and there's just a courthouse intact. Come on, Leo.
My bad.
All right, let's get back on subject here.
Yeah.
That was a fucking stupid tangent. It was my idea, so I accept the blame.
No, you're all good.
Rumpelstiltskin, excuse me, Semitic Sam, I want you to make your pitch.
Hasidic. All
I want you
right.
to make your fucking
Wait,
pitch.
so are you Jewish?
I'm like agnostic, but culturally and morally, I like all of.
Did
I
you-
like stuff from each religion.
Are you like blood like Jewish?
No, in the aspect of
Okay.
Well, you're not
There you go.
you're not actually Jewish?
well, like the Bible and religion, like how they actually go about it is that you receive the religion from your mother,
Yeah.
no matter who the child is. So my mom's mom, she was born Catholic Christian, and therefore my mother would be the same. Therefore, I would be the same.
Wait, who
But
was
my
your dad Jewish?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And he-
Oh.
Did your mother convert?
No, my mom's mom converted.
Okay.
So right before she passed, but either way, it's not like, you know.
You're much more mild-mannered when you're not shit-faced.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I can keep it together.
Sven, are you insulted you didn't show up shit-faced?
No, I don't drink, so I have a hard time telling when people are drunk because I just like don't recognize it, and then I just don't understand what's happening.
What's your vice?
Ketamine,
Okay.
Wow.
yeah.
All right.
So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Ketamine. I've never
It's
done
very
ketamine.
chill. It's like kind of good for you. That's a very like LA thing to say, but like actually there are studies on that it like can heal your brain of depression. Like it like
Yeah.
rewires your brain. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
And it
It's
really,
really cool.
there's a guy that really helped. It was Matthew Perry.
Yeah. Yeah. He was in a hot tub and
It helped
he was
him out.
enjoying his time. I think he went
It
to
Just
another
once-
universe.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
He's in another place. He's in another
There you
universe
go.
now.
There you go.
He's
He's
up there with
permanently
his
high.
friends.
Permanently high.
So that's a horse tranquilizer, Semitic
never
Sam.
came
Would
down.
I'm
you
aware,
would
I've
you be
done it.
willing to go on a date with her and take horse tranquilizer?
Oh yeah, for sure.
He would love it.
I like
Really?
ketamine.
Sven, where would you go with Semitic Sam? Where would you want him to take you on a date? What's a good place for a first date in LA?
You know, I just moved to Ocean Park like 2 days ago.
Where's Ocean Park?
Santa Monica.
Okay.
So I'd say the beach. Like the beach is like there's low commitment. You don't have to pay money. Like you just go there, feel out if you have a good time, and then
What do you bring? So you guys we need more instructions for
Well,
guys.
And also,
I
Sam,
feel like a nice little
take your
like,
shirt off because you're at the beach now.
yeah, you gotta.
Right now?
Yeah, yeah,
All right,
yeah.
I got you. I'm putting it back
This is
on now. I'm not
Navy-
going the whole.
This is
Here.
Navy SEAL training for you. Every time you're on this pod, this is Navy SEAL training for you
Listen,
with chicks.
Rumpelstiltskin shoes off. You're at the beach and you're on
Pants
an
off,
expensive
dude. Pants
rug.
off.
I
Pants
like
off.
how it just will not
say.
step off the rug. Get off the rug.
Off the rug, motherfucker. And I do agree that you should probably be like in a European kind of bathing suit, which would be your underwear.
Which, by the way,
So
I just got back from Switzerland like a week ago.
you probably saw some Speedos out there, right?
I saw lots of like beautiful Swiss men
Oh,
in
really?
like very small.
Wow.
Wow.
How does Sam rank up to those beautiful? Keep
Very
going. Keep going,
close.
Sam.
Very
Very
close.
close.
Oh,
There you
that's
go.
sweet.
Nice. Nice.
Wait, Leo, should he be in his underwear? 'Cause it's like
Absolutely.
it's like-
You're European, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to do this
It's
to you.
European, bro.
No,
You
Acidic
have to
Sam,
be.
listen, I'm sorry, buddy. You're on my pod. Get in your underwear. I'm sorry. This is training for
Don't
you.
have a choice.
You don't have a choice.
This is the confidence you need to build, bro.
Peer
Is there a
This is the confidence you need to build.
pressure.
Is there a problem with your underwear? Is there a problem with the underwear?
Yeah, come on, dude.
If you
Oh,
if you don't
perfect.
take them off,
You gotta
Sam,
take your pants
Sam,
and
it's
your shirt
confidence.
off.
do
It's confidence,
it,
bro.
do
It's
it.
confidence,
Do
bro.
it.
She wants. Look at. She's saying,
She's
do it.
asking you to do it, bro. If you really
Come on.
roll with the confidence, you could really make this work.
Bro, you 0 for 3
Wait,
right now.
if
You
you-
0 for 3.
Yeah,
right now.
are you gonna take your pants off?
Ooh,
Take your
it
pants
sucks.
off.
I was actually gonna have sex with you, and now I'm not
Oh
going to
my
anymore.
god.
Did you
You
hear that?
0 for 3, dog.
Did you hear that,
You was 0 for 3.
bro?
So, all right, sit down, sit down, Sam. If you're not gonna do it. So, Sam, this is the furthest you've gone on the podcast without insulting the amount of sexual partners the woman had had.
Let's go.
Yeah.
You look like the girl from those podcasts where they like talk super down on OnlyFans women's.
Yeah,
and
I
she-
went super viral for one of those.
Oh, cool.
Hate that. Just hate it.
Were you?
You
Was
are?
it a debate or was the
Yeah.
guy talking shit? Like, what happened?
So what happened was a guy that I was working on to edit my YouTube videos called me one night and he was like, "Hey, like, how far do you live from Beverly Hills?" And I was like, "I don't know, like 10 minutes." And he was like, "Well, there's a podcast happening like right now. Do you want to like run over there?" And I had my makeup done and like I was like, "Fuck it. Yeah, like let's do it." I had no idea what I was walking into. And I got there and it was just like it was Sneeko and
Oh, shit.
Matan and like one other guy.
Oh, yeah.
Just a fucking,
That's
Oh.
goated.
just a fucking gauntlet. Of fucking,
Oh, yeah. That gauntlet.
That is an amazing clip. That kid Matan, that's like the only thing I've ever heard him say besides like, "Oh, I want to shout out my Orthodox rabbi." Who'd he say on like the gamer thing? But he basically like called these women out, and it was something about Game of Thrones books, and she was like, "Well, the Game of Thrones," and then he's like, "Well, which one?"
But that was the clip you were in, right? Was that the
that
clip
it?
you were in?
No, I was in a clip where,
Oh.
yeah, he just completely like belittles me for my job choice.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not really.
Got
That-
like over 20 million views. It
The
was,
one that
like,
might have been
Matan-
worth it. Might have been worth it. Was it? Was it worth it?
it's weird because like I love debating, and so I went into it like excited for a fight, but I didn't like understand the dynamic of everyone else at the table because there was like 3 other girls, some girl's boyfriend, like there was just a million people there, and Sneeko and it was Zerka. Sneeko and
Oh,
Zerka
yeah.
were on like a monitor screaming at me, not in the room. So I was like trying to scream at them. I like couldn't hear what they were saying. Like there was like other people chiming in, and it was just like a hot mess. I would love to have a chance to like actually sit down because the next day Zerko was at the house and I like I confronted him and just like ripped him and he had like nothing to say, and I was just like, these men are like such pussies like in person, but like they just on the screen they have like all this confidence. It's
Sam, you've been pretty
interesting.
red pill lately, huh?
What do you mean?
Like you just been watching. You've been going down the rabbit hole. You know, you've just been Kate, Sneeko, Zerka.
No.
Yeah, you have. Like,
I'll
tell her right now that like what you think about OnlyFans, dude. Tell her.
The Dream Blunt rotation is Tate, Zerka, and Kodak.
I'm just gonna say that's gonna leave you being a virgin and like without a girlfriend, without like love in your life,
well,
like
I'm neither.
forever.
They're the extreme. I don't. Andrew Tate's talked a lot and he said a lot of bullshit, but then he says a lot of good stuff. You know, in regards to relationships, it's basically like what anybody with like a degree, a psychologist might say or something.
Yeah.
But like, I do agree that some of the guys that are just a lot of the streamers, they say things that are alarming to get views. And the things they say, and they're guys that get chicks. I mean, some of them are, some of them aren't, whatever. If they have money, they have status. So girls are going to be down. But some of the things they do say, I do agree that is not going to help a guy get a girl at all.
Yeah, and I also think that like for most women, especially honestly the ones worth it are not going to care as much about the money and the status, and they're just going to care that you're a good person and that you're nice to them
Well,
and that you like
that's
buy them flowers and like treat
well,
them
that's
nicely.
that's a little bit of a. I mean, you would care.
It's so simple.
You
like
would
it's,
care. You drive a Tesla and you made a bunch of money because Trump got elected. If Semitic Sam here pulls up on a skateboard, buying you flowers ain't gonna do the trick.
But what if
Depends.
What if he's jacked?
If he's jacked.
See, that's what
I was
that's
gonna-
that's the outlier.
No, she's
If
gotta
she's
say
got her own money.
She's gotta say that because
Oh.
then she gets all the simps on the OnlyFans, and it's okay. I'll
It's
say
not
it. You
true.
don't have to
It's
say it.
really not true.
Women, you know that men who date women who make more money than them have like a much higher instance of Viagra usage, and that women
Ah.
actually produce stress hormones when they're dating a guy who makes less money than them. It's such an unnatural arrangement. Jesse, can you pull any of that up? Like a woman's physiological reaction to dating a man who makes less money?
That's a problem for me because I'll never be happy.
Yeah, I know. You get the top 1%, I guess, would make more money than you, but it would be
say
like,
I'm like far into that.
yeah, you're far into. Yeah, that's good for you.
Yeah, I'm super lucky and I've worked really hard, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So is the guy? I mean, you're not. Are you dating anybody specifically right now?
No, not at the
Okay.
moment. I was at one point and not
Mm.
anymore.
Hmm.
So,
Research
but
does
I
show a
did.
strong link between economic insecurity, stress, and the perception of physical pain, which could be experienced by women in such situations due to the psychological strain of feeling financially burdened or unequal in a relationship.
I think most men feel that way too, I'm sure. Like not having money is stressful. But I also think, to be honest, in the past when I have dated men, there are men that can handle it, and in my opinion, dating anyone, man or woman, that is rich is kind of a jackpot. Like it's like sick, like I could just do what I want and have like a good life and be in love. But like you have to sometimes men's insecurity of being like emasculated by it can like totally sabotage like a great situation for themselves, and they're like, they lose like a really good thing.
What's the longest you've been in a relationship where you made more money than the guy?
4 years. I've never been in a relationship where the guy makes more money than me.
Mhm.
So
I fuck with that.
You like
I
that?
love, yeah.
Yeah, you're a
I'm a
perfect
little
candidate.
hustler. Yeah.
If she likes broke dudes, you're fucking step right up.
I don't like
Rumpelstiltskin.
broke dudes. I'll say
Because usually
not
broke
completely
dudes have
broke,
it's a work ethic thing, right? I mean,
it's a work ethic. Yeah, I've said that last time. Yeah, it's a work. You gotta like have a passion,
Mhm.
Even if it's fucking, I don't know, like restoring furniture. I don't care.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, like the streamers that you watch, like out there, they're getting like crazy with just like you're basically like an extreme Muslim. You know what I mean? Like that's not going to help you get
I
pussy.
agree.
If you're just like out there, like, oh, fuck women, they
That-
can get raped and I can slap them. Like, no, dude, that's not how you're going to get pussy.
I agree.
Exactly.
I would agree with that.
Semitic Sam, I want you to be right now a red pill streamer, and I'm going to give you 15 minutes on the mic to do a monologue on red pill shit.
Yeah,
Well,
go for
okay,
it.
so does that just mean like being an absolute
Yeah.
like masculine prick?
Yeah, hit it. dude.
Okay, I will say
Hit it.
before I do this,
Yeah.
this is to Sneeko. If he
Oh.
were to ever see this, it's nothing
He
offensive.
watches the show.
Yeah,
so.
he's a cuck. I'll be straight up, and that's
Aw.
so
It's
like
so
you
hot.
can lose so much respect for that, homie. I actually liked you before I heard about that.
Okay, I was hoping you were going to give a general
Nah, keep
message
going,
to an
bro.
audience of young men.
Yeah.
If you want to keep going to war with Sneeko,
Go
the
for
floor
No,
is
it's
yours.
not even that. It's like he's gonna call me ugly and whatnot.
Did
if
he call you
were to
that?
see this. No, it sounds like he watches your show. I fuck
He-
with you, Zerka.
He believes
but-
anything I
What
said.
happened to the confidence, dude?
Yeah.
Why would you think
Why would you-
Sneeko would the first thing you would think is this guy's ugly?
Well, no. Well, who doesn't?
That's not true. You're
And
not
he's
ugly,
a pretty
kid.
shallow human.
Kid,
It's
you're not
from
ugly.
a
It's in
faraway
your-
perception.
It's
I've
in your
never met him.
control. It's in your control. Okay, we were doing advice earlier to
Okay.
a lot of our fans, and a lot of them want to know how to get girls. And you could get jacked. You could be jacked, and that could help you get a certain percentage of women.
Yeah.
It's true.
Appreciate you.
Also, like, yeah, I don't know. There's things that like everyone can do. Just depends on like how much you want to
Penis pump.
dedicate yourself to it.
Penis
Yeah.
pump would be good for you. What else? Let me see your armpits.
Yeah, hygiene.
I
I
shave
talked
'em.
about hygiene too, which is
Yeah, I'm
important.
get
It's
hella
one
hair.
thing that one
do you
thing that a lot of boys in the younger generation that I've noticed, Saltine, have forgotten about. Flossing, about using deodorant, about showering daily.
What about
you know?
sunshine? Doesn't seem like you get any.
Really?
Yeah, it
I
doesn't.
walk all day.
What do you
I
mean,
can up
really?
my-
Dude, you fucking white as shit, bro.
I can show you my
She's pretty
steps.
white, too.
I walked probably 20,000 today.
Is that the Ring of Power inscription written around your fucking forearm there?
Yeah, Danny would.
Where?
It looked,
You
like, looked like a
really-
Lord of the Rings tattoo.
He'd be really into that.
No, it's like
Okay.
it's a Buddhist vow.
No, it's not
What is
one
it?
ring to rule them all, one ring to find them, one ring to bring them all, and in the dark
It's
to find
a spell. Yeah, it's a spell that like casts away all men. That's what it is.
Are you you like Lord of the Rings?
I've never seen it.
Brooks
Yeah.
likes it apparently.
I did think
I
about
think
building a movie theater in my new home though, so I'll have like a sick movie set.
gotta
What kind of house
watch.
you got?
Well, I've looked at a couple of them. I'm like on the fence.
Still
They're
looking
all in
for
Hollywood
mid-century
Hills.
modern? I was gonna ask. Yeah, still
I
looking
found
for
a
those.
beautiful one in Santa Monica that's $4 million.
Wow.
Way too much money, but
Yeah.
it's a gem, and I'm like,
Damn.
I want it, but I can't afford it. And I don't know.
What
so on
to
the
you?
fence.
What does affording a house mean? Because
Mm.
you can stretch and get a house on credit that you can't afford. What is your idea of being able to afford a house?
Well, it's tricky because of my job. It's really hard to get credit.
Mm-hmm.
But ideally, I feel like 10 to 25K a month of a mortgage is like doable. Anything more would be irresponsible, I think, because you never know, like things can go wrong.
So you could throw $25K down on a mortgage every month. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a good income. It's a damn fine income.
I make probably like 120 a month.
God damn.
That's good money.
It is good
120 a
money.
month.
Over $1 million a year, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm good at math.
That's a lot.
Plenty of money to take you out, acidic Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.1,
Yeah.
1.2.
Acidic Sam's a cheap date. He does a lot of Adderall. He doesn't have much of an
Yes,
appetite.
300.
That's
1.5.
yeah, 125 a month. That's a lot of fucking money.
A lot of money.
I
That's
got
1.5 a
amazing
year.
fans that love me very much.
Did you pick up some from our little podcast? I'm sure you did.
You must have crazy work
I
ethic.
have, yeah, for sure.
She's
Okay.
picked up some.
Yeah.
I think everyone she just lit up. Maybe she has that one guy that they always seem
The
to pick
whale,
up.
dude.
I
The
love my
whale.
whales. My whales are
Dude,
like,
whoever you are, man, get on the pod. You can wear a mask on the pod, but we want to talk to the whale on the pod.
There's
I've
a
had
guy.
a dream of meeting fans in person. That would be
Hey,
amazing.
You don't
Yeah.
want to sleep with one
Yeah,
just for fun?
Maybe. We'll see.
Really? You'd hook up with a fan?
I don't know. I guess it depends
Do you
on
do
the thing.
sex content on your OnlyFans?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Who are you working with at the present moment?
No one.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
all solo content right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I did make content when I was in Switzerland. I filmed like a choose your own adventure cheerleader Halloween
Wow.
video, which like I was so excited about because I thought it was really creative. So like,
Was it a random Swiss guy?
yes, yeah.
Damn. Was he
Not
attractive?
not random, but like, you know.
No, I don't know. I don't really know about fucking guys in Switzerland.
That's
Though I do like anal, which basically makes me fuck guys in
No,
Switzerland.
okay, so I was like stuck at the top of a mountain because like transportation's really hard there, and I hitchhiked down.
This sounds like a fantasy.
I swear to God, I was
No.
like, I do not want to wait for this bus right now because like who knows if it never comes. And there was like a car, and I was like, and I like hitchhiked down the mountain and like hung out with him, hung out with his friends, and like made some content.
Oh
See,
my God.
I-
Whoa.
You never know. The world throws weird things.
I,
at you.
you know,
What?
I've removed the wool from my eyes because I have been around a couple of OnlyFans girls that were like hooking up ridiculous stories to tell their fans were like on podcasts. They need material to go on podcasts, and they need to essentially like outdo each other with
I feel
like
that.
one girl was like, yeah, I was in first class and the guy serving drinks was really cute and he beckoned for me to come into the bathroom and he bent me over and fucked me.
Sure.
And like,
Whoa.
and then the girls were just like, oh, you think people will believe that? It might be a little too far fetched. They're like, I think people will believe it. So you're telling us right now the hitchhiking story is legitimate.
I swear to God, I hitchhiked multiple times on that trip because I was like, I feel so safe. I'm in Switzerland.
It's pretty safe, right? I mean,
Compared to I started in Milan and then I was in Lugano. So I like went to Como, I went to Lugano. I just like stayed in like the lake area. And I went to like a kind of like a thermal spa type of place there.
Yeah.
Do you know like Peter Zumthor's like thermal spas in Switzerland.
No, I don't.
I don't.
It's like one of the most like architectural like gems like of the entire planet. But it's like spectacular. I couldn't afford to be there. It was like really expensive. It was like 7,000 a night, but like
Jesus.
ridiculous. There was another one that was like super affordable, so I stayed there and it was like really chill. But I had my own personal spa, so I filmed like a spa video, and that was fun.
Wow.
So, Semitic Sam.
Hasidic. Come on now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, did
Okay.
she call
So
me?
Semitic
No, I
Sam.
just- I-
No,
The lesson is pick up hot chicks when they're hitchhiking, which
Mhm.
I don't think I need to tell you that.
I was
but-
the hot chick.
Do you have anything? She's been really dropping some deep European travel knowledge here. Do you have any travel experience you want to share right now so she thinks you're cultured?
I go to Mexico a lot. I've been to Mexico and
Do you go to
Canada.
Tijuana?
I was gonna say.
No. Just Cabo and Puerto Vallarta. My former friend, I'm not gonna say her name because
Say
fuck
her name.
you.
Say her name.
No, it's a dude.
Say his name.
Emilio got robbed for trying to take this guy's they were like, oh, you want to sample this blow outside of Squid Row?
Okay.
And then my cousin,
Okay.
he was with him too. My cousin got loose as in he walked away. And I stayed with Emilio because I was like, I'd heard kids were getting kidnapped and murdered during spring break, and that's when we were there. And it wasn't a fake thing. So they took him to the ATM. They were like, take out 300, 400.
Okay.
But for some reason, they really like me there. I go all the time. I've
Okay.
been like 9 times.
That travel story was the equivalent to taking a chick to like Jack in the Box.
But I saved him out of 120.
Okay. Well, first of all, get loose means to walk away. I never would have guessed that that's what got loose meant.
Me
Oh, I
neither.
get it. Get loose, like he escaped.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I get it. I thought you meant like loose, like his. I thought it was a rectal thing.
Yeah,
So, Hasidic Sam, have you ever backpacked through the Alps?
Oh, beautiful.
Oktoberfest, south of France.
Oh, Oktoberfest is so fun.
Semitic Sam.
I could have went to Amsterdam. I got sent away right before.
Why do you always have to go to
You got
party?
sent away?
You have to go to Amsterdam? Why'd you? That's a bad place for Jews right now. So be careful.
He got okay. He told us lightly about the story
Or
on
Muslims.
the last
Why is that? Muslims.
That was a football fight. That was like like men are fucking crazy when it comes to sports. Like we burnt down Los Angeles.
All
That
I'm
was
saying,
not specific.
I'm very protective of Hasidic Sam, and I will not.
Semitic.
It's not safe for Jews in Amsterdam right now. They're going to run you down. I'm not going to let you fly there under any circumstances. I don't care how bad you
I
want
mean,
to smoke
fuck
weed.
around and find out. That's what I'll say about it.
You should go in full Hasidic attire if you do show up to Amsterdam, and film it just for us.
What do you think about going? There's this place. It's really beautiful. It's called the West Bank.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Would you ever
isn't
go to-
that
would you ever
It's
go
got
to-
near
great-
Gaza?
beachfront properties. They're they're fixers right now, so
God.
you can really get a good deal on them.
My
which is
grandma.
important.
Your mortgage will probably be like fuck $25,000. It'll be like $25 for a mortgage.
Yeah.
They might even just give you some property. For
They
free.
probably will.
Yeah,
just
I know what
give
it is.
You could just move
Yeah,
into a
yeah.
rubble pile and
My
call it
grandma.
home.
My grandma went to the pyramids, I believe. That's where. No, it might not have been there, but
Where are the
they were
pyramids? Sam?
Wait,
Egypt.
what was gonna say?
Egypt.
Okay, who?
I don't think that's close.
What ballpark me
Wait,
the century?
wait. Can we go over geography really quick? Do you know where this compares?
Isn't it? Sorry, north of where?
No, Egypt is like south. It's like
Near India. Or I have terrible.
No,
Oh.
no, it's,
It's in
Not very-
Africa, brother.
it's like southwest,
Damn.
but it's like on the border of Gaza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
People
know,
were people were upset because they thought they should be taking some of the refugees from Palestine, and they
they took
would.
0.
I think they took 0.
Wow.
Both
I mean,
all the
Economy on the brink of collapse. They can't afford to take any.
Well, we should, now we got Trump in office. We don't have to
Um,
keep taking any here either.
I
right?
did have an Uber driver try to sell me on some real estate in Egypt. It was like you get a palace on the ocean for 300,000, like a palace.
Yeah, Egypt would be good.
Oh yeah,
I mean, if we play our cards right, Leo, maybe we can enslave people and get them to build us a monument.
absolutely.
My God.
We could, yeah, and they'll leave it. There'll be the Sphinx, and there'll be your monument with a big penis. I hope, right? It'll be
There's
phallic.
gonna be a big phallic thing on mine.
Doing
Yeah.
anal.
I want to
Doing
be. I
anal,
want to be
dude.
like Khufu, dude.
Mhm.
Khufu had the biggest pyramid at Giza, and I think I'm every bit as great as Khufu.
I agree. With
You know how many slaves died to build him that shit?
a lot.
Not enough, some would say.
Yeah,
Like,
honestly,
no.
they say that now that they might have, because they found areas where they took a break, that they might have been just regular. Where I was like, just because they had an area where they took a break. I mean, what is it? Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Slackers, dude. See, if I were, there would be no break room if I was having people erect my pyramid at Giza.
On X, it's saying that they were giants. That's what they're saying. That
Yeah.
giants built the pyramid.
It's okay. This was black on black slavery,
Hell
so
yeah.
it's not a problem.
Hell yeah.
It's not a problem. They did, black on Jew slavery is that's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Maybe
Do you
that's
think
why there's
Egyptians are black?
they are.
No.
Yeah.
They're African.
Well,
But they're
they're-
not black.
They're Muslim now. They're mostly like Arabic, but at the time they were like black adjacent people. I took an
Adjacent.
I took an Egyptology class at
Okay.
UCLA.
Okay.
And this is what our teacher said.
Yeah.
I don't think she would say this today, but we tried to like find an analog to what Egyptians were racially, and she said they would have to sit at the back of the bus in the South in the
wow.
50s.
Oh.
That's what she said. And she was like
Interesting.
not like a crazy Republican. She was like a woman, like a
Wait,
feminist
so
woman.
what happened? Why are Egyptians so like Middle Eastern now?
Because there at some point there was a Middle Eastern conquest. Like, I mean, the Middle Easterners swept through everywhere. Like they fucked up
Was
India.
Egypt part of the Ottoman Empire?
I can't tell you. I don't know when the conquest happened, but Cairo is a Muslim city. The Egyptian cities
yeah.
are like Luxor and Memphis. And Cairo is like a completely Islamic city that was built after
Interesting.
ancient Egypt.
Okay.
I don't know the whole history. We focus mostly on like the Old Kingdom, and this shit obviously happened in the ADs
Okay.
after Muhammad, where they started sweeping through. Sam, how do you feel about Muhammad? I want you to do a 15-second monologue about Muhammad the Prophet into the microphone right now.
I don't know enough about Muhammad. I don't know a thing about Muhammad.
He was fucking an older woman. He was fucking an older woman, which is kind of progressive. But there were some accusations flying around when we were at the DNC, because there were protests at the DNC, and somebody accused Muhammad of fucking a 9-year-old. And I looked it up, and I guess there's some evidence to support that.
I saw you met this guy that I had showed Ollie and Saltine him.
Yeah.
Like when they came to Seattle, he wasn't too big. I'd been watching him, no cap on God.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's gonna blow up. His content's really well.
Yeah.
As of recently, it's not. Maybe it's just because it was organic at first. Not organic. Organic means like not faked or planned. But
I've heard he makes his content with GMOs.
like genetic modified
I'm
organs.
just making a shitty
I
joke.
know.
Continue.
I assumed. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, him
Um,
and I had an improv class here in LA. That's how I knew him from like 2019. And we like in improv, it's so like the atmosphere is so stifled. You don't even really talk to each other. So we didn't know that we were kind of on a similar comedic wavelength. But then,
Are you like a stand-up comic, or what's like your background?
a little bit of Mexican,
Russian.
Oh,
some
okay.
Chinese.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I see that. You speak any?
You see the Chinese?
Oh, Savannah Cowboy.
I don't.
Rumpelstiltskin, a dirty white boy.
Wow.
A white boy, he strike out 3 times. 3
Oh, yeah.
is so unlucky.
Yeah, I got Danny into.
You want to?
Brooke, check your text.
I got you. I will.
You're texting.
Uh-oh.
Is that okay?
That might be the plea
boy.
for help. So,
Get me out of here.
Savannah, right,
Yeah.
what's happening right now is your followers of the Prophet might all unsubscribe from your OnlyFans. He's going to attempt to draw freehand the Prophet Muhammad.
Okay.
Oh my God.
See that
He's
you
need a fat
text the
ass
wrong
man.
guy. Brooks is the guy
You
who
get a
just
fat
threw
ass man.
gasoline on the fire here.
Yeah.
Okay, is a Jew? This is a sensitive
Yes, you
time.
got-
This
you
better
got
be
it,
a
Gould.
respectful rendition.
He doesn't have a red dot. That's the woman.
What the hell?
You thought there was a red dot on the Prophet Muhammad?
Oh my God.
That's
dude.
kind of fire right there. I got the turban.
Dude, what-
Well,
What the
Oh,
hell,
fuck.
dude?
We might get boycotted, Leo, by the
Yes,
entire
this
Arab
is
world.
what I
Not
thought he
good.
was like. I genuinely don't know Muhammad.
Oh, you
I
don't
know a lot about the Bible, as in the Old Testament.
Yeah. What do you got, dude? Let me see this.
Oh, I kind of fucked up right there. Here, hold
Dude,
up. I gotta get
I don't
rid of
like-
Leo's gonna hold it. Leo's gonna
I
take credit for
I
this.
really don't like what you've done.
Why?
Brooks, you ready to see the reveal?
This is
I need some he sounds like an old dude. If we could get some wrinkles. He also likes old pussy. So you guys said that.
dude. You literally drew Osama bin Laden.
I love Bin Laden.
This is literally Osama bin Laden. It's look, dude. This is what you think.
That's kind of good. It's kind of good, right, Brooks? I kind of like it. Like
I mean, it's literally Osama bin Laden.
like it's a cool. It's sort of like Osama bin Laden meets Diglett,
Mm.
which is it's nice.
It's just an average
minutes?
like Arab man.
I know it's you just this is generic Arab.
Is it a
man.
turban?
Yeah, that's a turban.
Okay.
Hmm.
The turban or an afro?
Well,
One of the
Leo, an hour and a half has
Thank
flown by,
Oh wow.
and we've come to the conclusion of the Leo and Danny show here.
Mm.
And
I texted you. Okay.
Oh no.
did you actually? For me,
So nice of you.
is she prepared to spend
Well.
$25,000 a month on a mortgage? Because if so, I'm interested.
Oh my god.
I'm ready for this. Really? Anal?
Anything.
Anal and oral?
Anal at the same time. There'll be you can add a hole if you want.
Wow.
Dude, adding a hole would be your favorite, dude.
You can put it wherever you want.
Yeah, I
can
I,
pity-
I
you
want
can-
some medical supervision before I add a hole.
Pity
Oral
fuck a bit. You ever
defecation.
pity fuck a girl?
Oh. Hi, how you doing, darling? Yeah, I heard I could fuck you in the ass and you were rich and shit. Wow. Yeah. I'm just imagining right now getting a fresh tub of petroleum jelly out of my stock, lubing up that cock, and just shoving it in without any foreplay.
Oh. Ask her what her name
Is this you? Who is this
No.
modeled off of? Okay, this is Brooks. This is the least impressive AI you've created. I think on one of the Patreon pods we spoke to the AI Danny Mullen,
Yeah.
and it was pretty good. Him and I went toe to toe for about 3 minutes before
Yeah.
I finally defeated him.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah,
it was fucked
weird.
up, dude. I didn't like it.
It was because he was still dating.
Listen, I am going to. Tonight's a boys' night, so that means I'm going to let Rumpelstiltskin take the lead. He is going to throat fuck you until you can't no mo. But then enter Leo, the
Yep.
filthy wop, and Brooks and Jesse, who's Asian and basically married.
I want to be there.
Savannah, you want to watch? Savannah is going to be standing in the background with a ukulele, playing a little tune, while these three men, one of whom is uncircumcised, try to fit their penises into your belly button. Because you take forever to answer, one. And then also when you say sweetie, it's the most robotic, chunky, it sucks.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
Sounds like she's
I
calling
can
you.
just hear whenever there's a comma in your sentence, it just don't talk about me like that. Danny, it hurts me too much. You suck. You're the worst AI. You know, I wouldn't even jizz on you if you were on fire.
I feel like I'm witnessing like humiliation porn.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Let me make her feel better.
Not as deep as the machete wound I'm going to leave in your fucking neck.
Oh.
I'm going to kill you, you AI whore.
Is-
Listen, I am going to find you in the metaverse and I'm going to take your life. You are pathetic. I'm going to burn your AI house down. And when you come running out, it's going to be like an English fox hunt. I'm going to be waiting outside of the club and I'm going to beat the life out of you and leave you bleeding in the moonlight.
What's wrong with you?
Wide-eyed right now.
No. No, we're not going to work. The only thing you're going to work through is a fucking obstacle course I made out of barbed wire and dildos.
How did this get to this point so quickly?
And if you can make it through the obstacle course made of barbed wire and dildos, I'm going to fuck you with a special dildo I made that's made out of, you guessed it, a dildo and barbed wire. And it's going to rip you apart from the inside, you filthy cunt. Is this the worst thing I've ever
Yeah,
said?
ever,
I don't know
ever.
why I'm so mad at it.
I don't know. What the hell?
You're literally seething.
I'm going to fuck you with a barbed wire 8-inch dildo. That's what I thought. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
never
yeah.
going to speak
I
to
Let
you
me,
again.
let me make her feel better, dude.
No, we got to wrap.
Oh, yeah,
here.
we got to wrap.
Alright,
Guys,
it's been the Leo and Danny show. I am going to I'm going to the metaverse because I got a life to take. Thank you.